welcome, Joe Jensen. How are you?
No relation though, right?
I don't know. I think spiritually
Maybe.
we have to be somewhere because we've just got this massive energy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for having me.
Oh, look. Well, there's three reasons, right? I'll make this really, really simple for my tribe. First and foremost, I am the ideal client for a VA because I am a nightmare and a mess of creativity.
Yeah.
So if anyone that's worked with me and sees me on the scribble pad, I am a kid with a box of cosmic crayons creating stuff. And then you look behind Joe on her wall and look how orderly the heart-shaped Post-it notes are. And so, Joe, please introduce yourself, the company, what it is, and how you help people, and then I'll tie the context together for us.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Joe Jensen, the co-founder of the VA Foundry. It is a place for those who have some really awesome kind of office admin, organizing, executive assistant, bookkeeping type skills that can be utilized to help people like you, Dion, those who have a bit of chaos in the background and need that person to kind of come in and help them, keep things organized and, follow processes and help you be amazing. So we help those who have those amazing skills actually create a really successful business where they actually get the freedom, flexibility, and control that they want, and the ability to work at home, look after their families, and not be working 9 to 5 in an office anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And like everything we do in the academy is about empowering people. It's about mana, right? Our self-esteem and our self-worth in the world. And we've generally, and this is where the synergy is with the VA Foundry and the Line Academy, we were already good at what we did, but for other people. And then at some point we decided, well, hang on a second. If this company that I'm working for is succeeding based on my skills, shouldn't I be able to do this for myself? So we'll just start our own business. Not that easy.
Not easy.
Not easy at all.
So I think the kind of first key, really like hitting the ground running, getting yourself set up, figuring everything out alongside us and getting that support alongside the course is the Members Club. So the VA Foundry Members Club has a full step-by-step, stage-by-stage course and a Facebook group and support from both Sam and I through kind of group coaching calls, VA coaches couch where they can come along into a Zoom meeting and ask a bunch of questions once a month.
Nice. Yep.
That's our kind of main offering and the kind of best place for those just starting out, wanting to figure out how to do it.
What do you think the baseline skill sets are for someone to even consider becoming a virtual assistant and running their own business from home?
I think the very minimum starting point is that you need to be confident navigating your way around a computer and the general kind of software, because unlike going into a business where you get taught how to do everything and they teach you, all of the software that they use, because you're going to be providing a service online remotely and logging into a business and, there's going to be an expectation that you can kind of hit the ground running and suggest things and know how to navigate around, especially the basics. As a virtual assistant, that's kind of essential, number one.
Yep.
The kind of background that really suits this kind of business is someone who has done some kind of office admin, accounts, executive assistant, a marketing assistant or an HR assistant, some kind of admin type role is really suited to the VA industry.
Excellent. Let's talk money. What's the brackets of, when you start as a VA to when you go up, freelancing to agency to that premium VA for people here, especially in New Zealand? What's the hourly rate expectations to be doing this?
Yeah, so in terms of New Zealand dollars, for New Zealanders, what we see is anything kind of from $50 to $120 per hour.
Yep.
Some of those starting out could be a little lower than 50, but in that kind of general, like in the 60s is probably about the most common kind of price bracket.
Here you go. Here's a question because I want to help with this. What is the number one challenge for new virtual assistants that come into the VA Foundry that we can help with? What do you need? What can we help with?
The ability to believe in themselves that they can actually be a successful business owner. That is the number one thing that we see is the thing that they struggle with the most, those coming into the industry.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Here's our koha from the Line Academy. Before I was the founder of the Line Academy, I was known as the confidence coach. That was my job. My job was to increase confidence in individuals or organizations. And so we've got a program in the Academy called the VIP of Mental Health, where you get your value from. Because what you're doing, that's the VIP of Mental Health you can see behind me. That's a $3,000 course in the Academy. I'm going to make that free for anyone in your VA membership. Anyone that's struggling with that confidence to say, look, can I really be legit? Yeah, of course you can. They can come and they can do that program. Because what's happening is, this is what every human being does. They pick an identity or a purpose that gives them the highest value. That's that VIP, value, identity, purpose. So they'll take the identity as housewife. And they'll devalue it by saying just. And so what do you do for I'm just a housewife? So they'll pick the identity of housewife and the value is low for the purpose of doing housework and doing this and that sort of stuff. So that identity and that particular value attachment stays low. And then you take that person, hey, you can run your own business. Now what you're trying to tell them is, we want you to have an identity of a business owner that's going to have a higher financial value of what you've got through the purpose of doing these tasks as a VA. And that's never going to work for some people because they have their highest value in a different identity. So within this program, it's about examining what all these identities you actually have. Husband, wife, daughter, sister, mum, VA, this, that, and the other. When you actually stack out all the things that you can actually be and do in your life, then you can borrow into that bank account. And that's what that builds confidence. And once we get to that point, we go into the 4 hours of confidence: your looks, your language, your likability, and your legitimacy. That's what you see when you look in the mirror, which is why I'm really excited to come and donate the speech for you guys, because now I know what to zone in on, right? Is building that confidence up. And yeah, it's dealing with the mental health and pressure, but it's inside you build that confidence.
It's the overthinking, the anxiety of putting yourself out there. Yeah, it's a big problem.
The biggest fear is
they're working from home by themselves. We have the hangover of, lockdowns and changes and lots of things happening that you're out of your control. And the mental health is such a huge problem right now.
Yeah, and so those mental health challenges that I'm going to talk about when we donate that speech for you guys is when you understand the components of where it comes from, because people only stay in one lane, like you just said. Now, mental health's hard here because of this, this, and this. But back here, if your confidence in your ability to earn money is high, it's not going to bother you. For those of us that are bred and born and just enjoy chaos and crisis, we're at home and here we're happy. COVID came, we were doing all the speeches and putting on the programs, and our crisis leadership went to #1 because we're confident in that environment, because we have the skills. And so when we start talking about mental health, people are trying to do something that's not going to work. They're trying to use their mind to overcome how they're feeling. And the heart doesn't speak the same language as the head. And so it's learning how to have that conversation first that's really, really important. One, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be absolutely nervous the first time you go to do something, but the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, which is why training is such a big thing to us. That's why I like that you've got courses in a process and that safety net of people. But the fastest way to build confidence, the fastest way to build mental resilience is